Alright, welcome back to a very special edition of Fish on TV. We are bringing you the 2018 December Mystery Tackle Box here and only here on Mystery Tackle Box, or on Fish on TV, where you find an exclusive unboxing every month of Mystery Tackle Box. Of course, we have a list of what's in the box. I already opened the box because of this label right here, received unsealed. I did a video yesterday. I went back and I watched it. Horrible footage. This is to make up for all the bad videos that I've made. So, first things first, we have Strike Pro Gill Raker. This is a sinking lipless jerk bait with segments and a replaceable tail. We've gotten something like this in the past. Used it and it works great. This one's actually soft. Well, no, it's still rigid. But anyway, that segmented bait like that, it goes through that water, and a lot of times it'll end up sideways. That's what I've seen. At least mine end up sideways in the water, like a paralyzed fish, and bass cannot resist it. That's number one. Number two, Yozuri shad suspending. That'd be this bad boy right here, Yozuri 3DS shad suspending. Up next is the Yozuri 3DS suspending shad. It's a beautiful bait. We have one similar to this in my tackle box, or I have one similar to this in my tackle box that they sent me. It's a good action lure. Very good action. We're going to set that down, zoom out a little bit so you can see what we've got going on there. So, we've gotten two baits out of the box. Bait number 3. Z-Man Swimmers. That'd be these bad boys right here. Let me get one out of the package so you can see what's going on. Got a pumpkin red with a smoke color, or pearl color, I'm sorry, a pearl color up front. That's bait number 3 right there. We'll set that down. Number 4, we got a Mismo Bait Company. Find them, that's these right here. Tube jigs, get one of them out. A black or blue metal flake. Always a prominent color in the evening time, early morning. Very prominent color. Lots of salt on them. Very good baits to have in your tackle box. That's bait number 4. Next up, we have Lunker City. That'd be these. These are swimming ribsters. You can see the ribs on them. Basically, it's a swim bait with ribbed for your pleasure. Got a pearl and smoke color. Your choice. Next up, that's bait number 5 there. Next up, we have H&H Lures. That'd be these. I already took the paper out of them. I apologize, but these are H&H lures. These are offset weighted hooks or flutter hooks. You get one out of the mouth. So it's got a lead keel on it. You rig this very similar to a Texas rig or a Carolina rig, and it work. These are designed for these here. You insert it backwards, like so. If it don't poke you, insert it backwards like so. I guess you could go forwards through it. This one don't want to go backwards. You go forwards through it if you want. Getting that weight through there is going to be a pain. Anyhow, there that is, and you hook him on there just like a traditional T-rig or a Carolina rig. Next up, we have Cabin Creek Bait Company. Cabin Creek Bait Worm, CabinCreekBaits.com. Because everybody deserves a free advertisement every now and again. Traditional worm-like scent. Alright, so if you can see, there's a lot of color in that bait. Red and green metal flake. These will dominate springtime fishing when they're on the beds. Finesse rigging this bait in the spring, you will dominate some big bass. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, this week's sticker. Happy fishing. And remember, with Mystery Tackle Box, you can always go back and rebuy this box. You can go to their website, mtbtackle.com, Mystery Tackle Box, and just search MTB in your Google or your DuckDuckGo, and it'll pull up Mystery Tackle Box, MTB Tackle. You can go in there and you can buy a box from a previous month. If you like this box or any of the other boxes that I have featured, and you can always go back and watch my videos of previous boxes on YouTube. They're there. So if you like this box or any of the other boxes that I have featured on this channel, you can go back and buy that box, or you can go buy the individual lure that you like out of that box. That's the reason I do these reviews, is to show you what's out there and what's possible. I'm not sponsored by MTB or any of these subsidiary companies. I use these lures and I put them to the test, and I give you a review, unboxing, and we always like to see fish being caught with new tackle and new techniques. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Alright. Here we are. Gonna attempt to catch some crappie before the weather gets rough. This spot is very productive. See if we can get you looking at what I'm looking at. The boat keeps wanting to do its own thing. That means y'all can't see what I'm looking at. Alright, so anyway, we're in 20 foot of water. And I dropped it all the way to the bottom. I just got this little short pole. And a boat that don't want to, there ain't a lick of damn wind and this boat does not want to cooperate. The water temperature is 51. I might have to tie off. There's plenty of structure in here, plenty of fish in here. Sorry about the clanging. I was catching them out of here the other day when the wind blowing 20 miles an hour, and this in here was calm. There he is. I got a good fish on. I don't know how well y'all can see that. That's a good fish. He got my rod bent. Got me a dip net. So get him out of there with. He ain't liking being on that. He ain't liking being caught. I can't get my dip net through there. Alright. That's slab number 1. That's slab number 1. Just caught him live here on Fish on TV. For more episodes, that lure went right through his face, all the way through his face. I gotta get my glove off to get him off the lure. That's a pretty fish. It really is. That is a beautiful fish. Glad to be able to put him in the boat. And we ain't been here just a few minutes. Alright, so get him in the live well. What in the world is going on? Alright, so anyway, I'm going to retie real quick. It's been a while since I retied. Yeah, that knot broke pretty easy, so I'm glad I'm retying. That's a big thing with any kind of fishing. It doesn't matter what kind of fishing you're doing. Retie regular. It might cost you a little bit of time, but the money it saves you on lures is phenomenal. And the amount of fish that it saves you is incomprehensible. It doesn't matter what kind of line you use, whether it's high-end monofilament with a fluorocarbon coating like this, a high-end monofilament, or a braid. Retie regular. It'll save you money. It'll save you a headache. See if we can get y'all focused in here. See if we can catch another fish. I hope y'all can see what's going on. Still fishing in the pretty well the same spot. I tried to get my son to come out here with me, not today because today's a school day, but the other day when I first found him, he didn't want no part of it. So the first fish we caught was on the other end of this building, and now with the wind's help we've kind of drifted, but I have caught fish here as well. If there's any framing errors, that's my fault. I'm trying to focus on fishing that and got very long before this weather gets here. That's another thing that we can talk about is weather change. We got a very prominent winter storm coming. It's supposed to be here starting this evening, going into the weekend. Today's Thursday. I'm gonna see if I can find a there he is. That's a good fish. I was about to see if I could find a he don't want to come this way. I was about to see if I could find a crappie niblet. Anyway, that's fish number 2, caught live on camera. Thanks to Ace Jigs for supplying the crappie jigs for today. That's fish number 2. beautiful, beautiful black crappie. So that's fish number 2. Let's see if we can get fish number 3 out of here. I imagine there's people that fish this when the water's down like this, but I rarely see boats on this lake during the winter months. You know, this is a recreation lake. They want it. They want to keep it sacred for their boaters and their homeowners and them kind of people, you know, people of money. Oh, I see what's going on. No, never mind. I know I'm not very deep in the water, but it's showing that I am. Showing that I'm on bottom. If you notice, these fish are not thumping it. They're picking it up and holding it. That's an indication that they have not been harassed too much. Now, I do have a fishing pole that is way more finesse than this, if necessary. The problem is clearance of getting it in here. It's kind of hard to get a 10-foot pole through this opening. There he is. I felt him bite it that time. You notice I'm not trying to harass this fish too much. He's a powerful fish. Good God Almighty. He realized that he was hung up and he took off. He don't want to come to the surface. That's a good fish. Good, powerful fish. Now, the first time I fished over here, I had one break my line, and I have a feeling that the one that broke my line was about this size right here. That is a beast. Look at there, ladies and gentlemen. That fish is a hoss. Caught LSU. That fish is a monster fish. Look at there, my hand don't even cover him. Wow. That is beautiful. I love that. And I felt that one thump it. Just about the time I was thinking that I was going to have to get a lighter, more finesse pole, I felt that one thump it. And thump it did. Alright, so they're about 2 foot off the bottom from what I am coming to conclude. And they are hungry. That's a good fish that I just put in the boat. I like it when I catch them that size. There he is. That's another good fish. He don't even realize he's hooked yet. He hadn't took off. The others have took off when they realized that they was hooked. Alright, he ain't as big. He's still a good fish though. Alright, so I don't want to overfish this spot because it is a productive spot and it is a damn good fishing hole. I don't want to overdo it because put too much pressure on these fish and they'll go find somewhere else. And either that or somebody else will see me fishing here and they'll take advantage of these fish as well. And we don't want that. Not to say that nobody else can come over here and catch fish. You know, we just don't want it. So, how did I locate these fish? Well, water temperature is dropping. The days have gotten shorter, and the crappie have moved to deeper water, more focused on structure than they have ever been, you know, during the year anyway. Crappie love structure. They like anything where they can relate to structure, and bass are the same way. There he is. Dang, I missed him. There he is. He thumped it twice. Dang, thumped it a third time. Did I have a fish? I've never had a fish thump it 3 times and not pick it up. So I located these fish because of the structure that's here. Now, the graph that I have showed that this is in 20 foot of water, which I knew it was in 20 foot of water because I have fished here before. I knew it was deep water. I fished here during the summer. Catching bass here off the sides of it when the water is up high, casting beside of it and running a bait along the side of it and catching the bass off, off the sides of it, because that's where they were hanging at. Comes a boat. Probably wondering what in the hell we doing. Let them go on. I just missed one. Paying attention to this boat. I think he wanted to fish here. He's turning around going somewhere else. Yep. I think we took his spot. Yep, he's turning around going somewhere else. Now I got to deal with his wake. This thing that left me a hell of a wake to deal with. I must have pissed him off something good. We go back to that first hole where we caught that first fish at. See if we can catch another one in there. And if necessary, we'll break out the 10-foot pole. Can y'all see? Nope. Let's see if we can get y'all to see a little bit of what's going on. Can y'all see now? Yeah, y'all can see. So, I was talking about the structure and how I found these fish. I come out here, and the water's low. I run in my mouth and I missed the fish. Anyway, I come out here and the water was low, and I looked all over this lake for structure, fish. I done missed 2 fish sitting right here and haven't got them on the line yet. I don't know what's going on. I'm still dealing with that guy's wake, and I'm still missing fish off of it. There he is. Ah, dang, that's a good fish. That's a good crappie there. I still got him. I'll be damned. I still got him. Had no idea I had him. Ain't that something? He figured out he's hooked now. He's gonna run. Run, trying to break my line, got him out of there. That's another good fish. That's a beautiful crappie. So I come out here and the lake was low, and I'm running around. I actually stopped here and fished. With a crappie rig, but I didn't fish on the inside. I fished the outside. If you understand what I'm saying, I fished the outside part of the structure. Didn't even give the inside a consideration. I fished all around the outside and didn't get a bite and moved on. You know, because I got frustrated because I didn't get a bite and the graph was showing no fish. So anyhow, I moved on looking for more structure. And I found more structure, but still no fish. And the wind was blowing, like I say, wind was blowing crazy. It was blowing 25 and 30 miles an hour. I was dealing with white caps. And anyway, I'd been further up the lake and was getting time to come home, and there he is. Dang gum. It was getting time to come home and decided to stop here. He done bit it again. I didn't even get it back down there to him good, and he done bit it. So anyway, I decided to stop here on my way home. And when I did, I noticed that the inside was calm. So I picked up this little short pole that I have, and I had the boat sitting pretty well where it is now, and I put that lure down in there just like I'm doing, and I had a crappie niblet on, and just like today, as soon as I got it down there, I had a fish on, and that happened several times, and that's how I found these fish. I haven't ventured around to the sides and tried to fish, around on the sides of it. I have put my 10-foot pole through there, but it's kind of hard to